Are you sure my video is okay?
Oh,
Bro?
wow! Oh, that is beyond special. Brilliant.
And we're back. Welcome back to Football Kings Live. What's up, chat? We're back again with another stream. We've been talking about transfers and the Club World Cup on the side. I know a bunch of us will be excited to talk about the upsets that have happened in the chat. I mean,
Enemies.
I was almost saying Champions League.
Enemies.
In the Club World Cup.
Enemies. Enemies.
Crazy things happen.
Enemies of Manchester City. Please rest.
Crazy.
Middle
But
of this
anyways,
stream will go.
let's dive into transfer rumors. Let's start with Konate. Konate has rejected Liverpool's opening offer for a new contract. The Reds may be forced to accept offers of over 40 million pounds if it doesn't extend in the coming weeks, with Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, and Al Hilal all keen. So it feels like almost what we said on the last couple lives. Konate doesn't want to accept a deal. SSB said the same thing. Konate is not accepting this deal. Sell him and get the money so that you can have some sort of value from this player, right? Because it seems like
Liverpool is currently accelerating talks with Gehi.
Yes, right? Liverpool is accelerating talks with Gehi. It seems like he's trying his best to run down the contract as much as he can. So it's almost like
go to Real Madrid for free.
So he can go to Real Madrid for free. Almost what every team is doing. So at this point, it's like sell him.
That's not happening.
And get the value. But 40 million pounds is crazy.
I told you to be around 40. Yes, I said 40.
I didn't expect that. 40 million pounds.
I said 40, 45. If he's only now, but there's a thing. If it's more than one club that is coming for him now, Liverpool can have a bit of leverage and say, okay, I want 50.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because if Real Madrid is interested, which other clubs do you say were interested?
Real Madrid is interested, Paris Saint-Germain is interested, and Al Hilal. They're all interested.
Yeah.
Those three clubs.
So they're all good clubs. So we'll see. Al Hilal, he'll play beside Koulibaly.
I don't think Konate will go to Al Hilal though.
No, obviously not.
Yeah.
Obviously
no matter what, as much as you try to sell a player, it's almost like that player too has to agree that they want to leave.
Exactly.
Even if Liverpool are keen on, yes, let's sell Konate, it's still not something that might end up happening. You know, it might just be a situation where Konate just runs down his contract. Because look at the Trent situation, right? Anyway, there was no plan to sell Trent, but they tried their best to get Trent to extend. They tried to get him to extend. He didn't. And it ended up being a thing where he just went to Real Madrid on the free. But thank God, at least we got like a 10 million euros, compensation in order for him to leave early.
Every game he's been giving assists. So
he gave an assist today for the goal.
80 million at least for Trent.
Should we get it? Yes, at least 80 million
70. Let's say 70.
No, Trent to go more than that. Trent to go. Trent, if you think of right backs in the world, he's top. He's among some of the top right backs. So
top 5, we can call him.
Yeah, top 5 right. I'm not saying he's the best in the world. I'm just saying he's among some of the elite right backs. Well, another player that is going to move away from Liverpool is Darwin Núñez. The report that's coming out of Anfield. Yeah, the report that's coming out of Anfield is that Napoli are refusing to pay 60 million euros. Liverpool wants to sell Núñez for 60 million euros.
That's too much. You want him out of the club, just accept 35 and be done. Move on. Like, if he doesn't go to Napoli, there's no other buyer. The only buyer left is Saudi. Right? Then you start to struggle because now you're looking, other clubs are looking to offload their players. Man U has a bunch of people. Even Chelsea now. The report came out today that Chelsea wants 9 attackers, 9 quality attackers.
9.
Do you get 9 in total? 2 left back, 2 left wing, 2 right wing, 2 center 10s,
strikers, 2 10s,
and 3 strikers, or maybe 2 strikers and 1 person that can play all positions.
So that means Nicolas Jackson, Liam Delap, Joao Pedro will all be the 3 strikers. You guys have Gittins, Madueke as left wing, Pedro Neto and Estavo as your right wing, and then you
Yeah,
have Cole Palmer, and who else will be your
and
10?
Nkunku.
And Nkunku as the
Nkunku.
10. So you guys
But
have
they
9.
still, yeah, but they still want to offload some of them.
Like who? Like
They want,
Nkunku?
they want to offload Madueke. Arsenal is interested, right? They're willing to sell.
There are reports that came
So,
out that Arsenal is also interested in Sesko. They're interested in like Benjamin Sesko
yes,
over Gyokeres.
yeah,
So
yeah. So keep going, keep going. Let's see what's there for us in terms
okay,
of these
so
rumors.
Napoli will have to decide if they want to
Yeah,
pay
but
that 60 million euros
60
or if
million,
they're just going to
60
forget
million
about it.
for Darwin Nunes is too much. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much. To me, Jackson is a better player than Nunes. Do you
I don't
agree
think
or not?
so. I disagree.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. No.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. Absolutely
Are
not.
you serious?
Yes,
Okay, let's
100%.
check. Over the last 2 years, let's compare Jackson and Nico and
There's no
what's
even
his
need
name?
to compare Jackson and Darwin Nunes because if you
Yeah,
think about the impact of Nunes, impact of Jackson,
yeah,
those are two
yeah.
different types of players in
Okay,
terms of the way they play. Nunes
yeah,
is a chaotic player. He has every quality to be a top striker.
okay.
The only thing that he lacks is
It's
his
finishing.
finishing ability.
So
And
what's the difference with
not that
Jackson?
he can't finish, he's just not
Yeah.
clinical.
So what's the difference with Jackson? What
But
you
you tell
just
me,
described Jackson.
you tell
Jackson too is Jackson too is a chaotic player. He has pace, hold up play, running behind. Yes, he has everything speed. The major problem is the finishing.
Jackson that
He
took
w-
a Jackson that I watched and he took one loose touch. That loose touch just gave the ball to the
Nunes
keeper. You
Nunes too. I've seen on couple of occasions
if you
too that he has
compare
loose touch.
no, not all the time, not as much as Jackson. If you
Not
compare
as much.
Nunes
Jackson
and Jack
doesn't
wait,
have
Nunes and
loose touch
Jackson
all the
one on one,
time.
Nunes and Jackson one on one with your keeper, there's a high
Yeah.
chance that Nunes will score compared to
No.
Jackson.
Nunes that misses one on one.
There's a high chance that Nunes will score compared. I
No,
don't even know why we're having this conversation.
nah. Nunes. Oh my days, Kingsley.
I don't know why
We
we're
should
having this conversation, bro.
if there's a start on Nunes
Yeah.
and Jackson on 1-on-1, we should pull it up and check. Because I don't think Nunes is better than Jackson in 1-on-1s. Not
Anyway,
like Jackson is the best.
like SSB will say, let's check conversion rates, right? Let's check
Ah,
conversion rates. Anyway,
hey.
conversion rate doesn't matter in this case because both of them are not
Hmm.
great finishers. So
The average
yeah. Anyways,
strikers.
let's move on
Anyways,
from them. It depends
yeah,
on what they
yeah,
agree. But let's talk
yeah.
about Arsenal. Arsenal, they want Ademola Lookman. It's looking
Hmm.
like it's
Who
something
is
that
the
might happen.
journalist? Who is the journalist carrying that one?
This is TBR football. Arsenal, they're interested in Ademola Lookman, but also Villa is interested, Newcastle is interested, and Tottenham are interested too as well. So it's a bit of a tricky one when it comes to Ademola Lookman. This might just be a rumor, or it might not be something where he ends up coming. It might be something
Hmm.
where it's just like, like a smoke screen, like you usually say.
I
So,
don't feel he should go to Arsenal. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
mm-hmm,
Maybe a Newcastle or Aston Villa might be better for him to build his confidence, really
mm-hmm,
play in the Premier League. Not so Arsenal. There's too much pressure.
mm-hmm.
There's the pressure on the coach for league title that trickles down on the players.
Yeah,
Do you get whether you like it or not? The players are under pressure.
they
The
are.
coach will pressurize them because every move you make, every mistake you make is on the spotlight. Ateta will not take nonsense. Like he's not going to tolerate any mistake you are making because
Yeah,
that reduces his chances of getting the title.
yeah, that's
Do you
true.
get boy a club like Aston Villa, you can make mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they call you and you do better, right?
Yeah,
You improve on what you've done. Even at Newcastle, Eddie Howe will speak to you and you improve. Opportunity, but at Arsenal, there's too much pressure. Next season's pressure will be worse. Will be worse. If you are not sure of yourself, don't go there. If you are not the
it's
pressure
a,
on Arsenal and the Gunners or whatever.
mm-hmm,
Yes, now that they've signed Kepa, the pressure is much.
mm-hmm.
Because
It
now,
is.
Kepa is keeping, it's just a simple tactic. Just take shots. you have
Mm-hmm.
a high chance of scoring. Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
Yeah.
Kepa will not start as compared to Raya.
I pray Raya doesn't go on injury. Let's
So
continue.
Nick Woltmade, remember you guys wanted to sign Nick
Yes, I
Woltmade?
remember him. Yep, yep,
Apparently, he
yep.
cancelled a planned meeting that he had with Chelsea because he has made it clear that
He wants to go to Bayern.
Bayern
Yeah.
Munich is what
He
he
wants to
wants.
go to. We don't
Yeah.
want him to, so he's
I don't
okay. He
think there's
doesn't
any
need to.
point of him
He
to.
doesn't need to cancel the meeting. We've signed Joao Pedro. We've moved on.
I don't even think there's any. I don't even think he's good at Chelsea. So it's like
No, he's not good for
I
us.
think it's
We've
better.
signed.
It's better for
We've
him to get
signed Joao
feedback in
Pedro.
Bundesliga.
Yes, he's better. You should stay there. That's the
Okay,
truth.
Aston Villa are ready to offer over 35 million euros for Barcelona forward Ferran Torres. You know Ferran Torres?
The flop from Man City that went to Barca. Like every time we see him play, I'm always complaining and shouting. This is it the same Ferran Torres or is it another person?
He said the flop for Man City to back.
He was a flop did he not flop in Man City?
Oh my god. I don't think
He
he's that
flopped in
bad though. I don't
okay,
think
pull
Ferran
up his
Torres is that
stats now.
bad.
Let's see. Pull up his stats. He flopped in Man City. Flopped in Man City. Guardiola was done with him. He left. Do you know
But
one thing I've
why would
noticed?
Villa want to bring him back?
The,
Like why would Villa want him?
see, most of the people that have left Guardiola, I don't think you've
He's
left.
okay. He's not too
Have
bad,
they
right? Last
have
season
they gone
he scored 20 goals last season
in all competitions?
in all competitions, yeah. 48 games
Okay,
played.
it's fine.
He had 8
Okay,
assists. So he had like 28 GA in 48 games. It's
okay,
not bad.
that's not bad. I
It's not
think I
bad.
think the thing is he didn't just meet the high standard set by Guardiola.
Even the season before that,
Yeah,
he scored
right.
13 goals. He scored more goals the last season than the season before. But
Yeah.
I think he's okay. For a team like
Okay,
Villa coming for
he's
him,
okay. He's okay because
yeah.
maybe Villa wants to sell Walkins, right?
Yeah,
We've
because
talked about them
Man U are
selling
interested
Walkins.
in Watkins, right?
Yes, right.
Watkins.
So that's
So
it. Yeah.
that might be the case. Let's talk about Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey might be looking to go to Galatasaray because
Oh, my days.
I
Why?
mean, following the departure from
So
Arsenal,
nobody is bidding for him. No team in the league.
I mean, he's on it.
Tottenham should be going for like a Thomas Partey in that their midfield.
But Thomas Partey cannot, him staying fit. I mean, him staying fit for long periods of time is something he has clearly struggled with. So Premier League teams might be quite hesitant, when
No,
it comes
but
to signing Partey.
Partey last season was not bad. He was like he didn't have so many injuries
Mm-hmm.
last season. He was fit. He was fit last season, like compared to the season before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? So a team like Tottenham, Tottenham is scrambling to sign every Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let me not say Tom, Dick, and Harry, but every Thomas. They're trying
Mm-hmm.
to sign every Thomas. Partey is a good addition to the Tottenham side. They're in Champions League. They will need him. Newcastle can even add Thomas Partey, his energy in that midfield, right? He can come off
That's
the
fair.
bench. He can play as a right winger too. As a
Right back.
right back. He can play as a right back. He's not the most productive, but if Eddie Howe considers the stupid inverting stuff that people do now, then Thomas Partey might be useful.
James McAtee.
McCarthy, is he going
Mm.
on loan?
He could leave the
Here,
club.
yes, because you know why?
Why?
I like players like that. I like players like McCarthy. You know why?
Why?
They believe in themselves. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
Guardiola, he stayed a full season, right?
Yeah.
This last season, he stayed a full season to see how much minutes he will get.
Yeah.
He wasn't really. He was just on the outside, like
Did he really use
not
him? I
giving.
don't know if he really used him
They
like that.
they didn't really use him.
But the times they
And
used him, it was really
he
good.
scored good goals, right?
Yeah.
And now he refused to go to the Club World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
He refused. He rejected the offer to imagine them like Grealish wants to go. Grealish was rejected, right? But he refused to join the team. He said he wants to go for the under 21 championship and he wants to focus on his career,
Yeah.
right? Which is good. It's good for him. Go
Instead
to a
of just
place
being on the
where,
bench.
yes, see what
Mhm.
Kopama Take the bull by the horn. It's your career. Don't let Guardiola
Yeah.
destroy it. Do you get?
Yeah, I like the way Kopama just like dipped and just
Yeah.
left,
Yeah,
went to
yesterday
Chelsea.
we're going to talk about Man City, but
Mm-hmm.
later on. But talk about
Yeah.
him leaving free Foden on the bench till extra time. And I'm like, brother, what are you doing? What are you doing? He brought in Sheki before Foden. Or he brought in Sheki and Foden the same time. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
No. I think he brought in Sheki before. We'll check when we get there. But I was so disappointed. Let's move on. I have a lot to say about Guardiola when we come there.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, let's end Premier League transfer talks with unless you have more things to add about Premier League transfer. I was gonna end that with Kudus. Tottenham wants Kudus, and
advanced
Kudus,
talks.
yeah, and Kudus is open to it, and I think
Yeah,
he's ready to leave. Now, this is a team I feel like Kudus should go to compared to Chelsea. I feel
Chelsea.
like Kudus
Yes,
going to
I
Tottenham, he
agree
will
too.
start, he will get minutes
More, you
compared to
play
coming to
more.
Chelsea. You can play him as a 10. I don't know how they'll play Madison, but you can
But
play him.
I will tell you something. If
Mm-hmm.
Kudus comes to Chelsea, he's
Yeah.
starting over Madueke. Because he's an upgrade on Madueke. He's an upgrade on Gittins. They are not
Mm-hmm.
getting ahead of him in terms of the
You
left
are, you
wing.
are
He
so you're saying that he's going
starts.
to come in as a left winger.
Yes, he's starting over those guys there.
But I see him
100%.
I see him also fitting in Tottenham left wing, starting over Son. Son, you mean is old.
Son, yeah,
Son
Son
can
is
play as a
going, right?
9. Can play as a 9, or he might even leave the club, right? So
Just yeah. That's fine. I
yeah.
think so.
But hold on 1 second. Let me get a charger for my laptop. It's dying. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. And one thing we should note is that like Tottenham, there are a lot of players they should even be going for, right? A lot of players they should be going for. Nkunku is there, they could buy Nkunku. Rashford is there, they could buy Rashford, right? These guys have Champions League experience, clear upgrade on what they currently have, right? So yeah, I don't know. Tottenham is a good addition to Tottenham. It's fine, but I feel like Tottenham are just currently they are scrambling for everything. Reports came out today that Nottingham for do you know Malick Fofana? First of all, Lyon has been relegated.
They have been.
Let me even confirm again. Yes, I saw this news like maybe 3 days or 4 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, they were relegated. I forgot to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's it. You see, they were, and that's the one thing with the Premier League. Man City
Mm-hmm.
has been going for financial meeting, whatever the 100 and something charges. If
Yeah.
they are found guilty, they should be relegated. Yes, if the Premier League is really serious, they should be relegated. It's just that it feels like they are just hello Dockers, they are just beating around the bush.
When it
They
comes
were
to it.
relegated. Yes, they were relegated due to financial irregularities, right? It was confirmed on Tuesday.
But
Yes,
Man City, I feel like
text, text.
they are going to find a way out of this. I don't know. Something just tells me they'll find a way out of this. I don't see them being, because if you
Imagine
relegate them,
club
that will
owner
be the
to
end of
step
that.
back for management.
That will probably be the end of that team if you relegate City, because all the players will leave. Teams will come and
And
pick
even
those players apart.
yeah, so
You
now,
know?
where did I even start this conversation from?
Yeah.
Malick Fofana
Mm-hmm.
plays for Lyon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very talented player, forward
Mm-hmm.
person.
Yeah.
I think he's a winger.
Mm-hmm.
Nottingham Forest has had an agreement with the owner of Lyon
Yeah.
on the signing. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
disclose the fee.
Yeah.
Now, the player said he's not decided on going to Nottingham Forest.
Why?
That's what I mentioned this thing to you before.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go and discuss with club,
Talk to the
find out
player.
if the person even wants to come,
Yeah. If they are even
right?
interested in that move.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Nottingham Forest have reached an agreement with Malick Fofana,
Yeah.
right? Now he's saying no, he wants to wait and see because Chelsea called last week, according to reports. Few other Newcastle called last week, Aston
Yeah.
Villa called last week. He
Yeah.
wants to find out if any of these clubs will put in a bid.
For him.
Yes, before he goes to Nottingham Forest.
I guess he has
Do you
to
get
just
what
be patient and see if he can maximize his chances of going somewhere better, right? Rather than just
that's it.
accepting the first club that comes to him.
Comes
But
and that's it, right?
I don't know. Let's dive into La Liga. La Liga transfer rumors.
Yeah.
Barcelona's negotiation with the winger Nico Williams has stalled.
Oh, damn.
Why?
For real.
Because Nico Williams wants certain guarantee over his registration, which Barcelona are
Barcelona
currently not
are not
willing
will.
to provide.
You see,
So
they're a criminal club. Let me not say they're a criminal club on life, but I said this thing yesterday.
yeah,
It was yesterday when I said that Nico Williams wants it in writing.
that's guarantee. Yeah.
Barcelona should. But why, if you are really interested in a player and you know you are going to be able to register him, why don't
Mhm.
you provide him something written? And Barcelona comes out and say, oh, they want Nico Williams to trust them rather
Trust you
than
based
ask
on
them
what?
for. Like, I don't get it. Trust you based on what? It's just like you say, oh, we have an agreement on contract. You pay me 150,000 per week. Oh, I'm not giving you any paper stuff, any
Mhm.
contract for you to sign. Just trust me. Like, come on, Barcelona, just trust me.
You can't trust based on how their recent signings even went. I know there was some
Yes,
registration struggle with their recent signings. It's kind of like I don't know, man.
it's crazy.
This Nico deal might not happen, but there's
Good.
also talks of them, thinking about maybe if this Nico
And
deal is
Bayern
quite.
wants him.
There's also
Bayern
Bayern
wants
one
him
thing,
too.
but there's also talks of Barcelona feeling like if this Nico Williams deal is not going to happen, then we might as well just go sign Luis Diaz instead. But no matter who you go to
Can they
sign,
even register Luis Diaz?
because we're ever going to sell Diaz for like 85 mil or something like that.
They can
But
Diaz is worse.
my
Diaz signing
that's
is
the thing.
worse.
It goes back to can you actually afford to register?
They should go to
As
Rashford
soon as
on loan.
just focus on your
Loan.
academy players. You can't
Or
afford to
get
sign.
or get Rashford on loan.
Actually, okay, thinking about the current backer right now, do you really think
Do they even need that's what I
do
wanted to
you
say.
really
Do they
think they
even
need Nico Williams and Luis Diaz and these
That's what
people?
I'm saying. They don't need these players.
I
Right?
feel
They
like they
just
could go
want
to
to
their academy and look for some good
is to
guys.
sell shirts. Is to sell shirts.
Try
That's
to
what
make
they
a
need him
profit.
for.
Try to make a
Yes.
profit.
If Nico Williams comes, they will make a lot of money from him.
Also, the
A
image
lot.
rights, right? We don't know what the image rights will
They
look like.
will make money. They will
So,
make money from Nico Williams. So that's it. They should go and sign Rashford on loan.
so
If they are, yeah. So,
Rashford,
but
Rashford is
it's
keen on
sad.
going. Rashford wants to go, but it's just a thing of like he knows he's not the priority. Nico Williams is the priority. He will have to wait till almost the transfer deadline before
Rashford
Barcelona
should
will
go
come
to
and
Aston
strike a
Villa.
deal.
Should go to Aston Villa
Just
and
go
be
to
done. Sort out his
Villa and
career.
just
Yeah.
focus on your
Play.
career and stuff.
Yes.
But he's trying
Yeah.
to go to another big club. He knows that if he goes to Barcelona, maybe he might get a good salary, or just being in Barcelona in
Who
general
is
will be
paying
good.
you good salary?
I don't know. I don't know.
As it is now, Sancho is the weirdest. I don't know which agent he uses, but he needs
Mhm.
to fire his agents as soon as he can.
Sancho is going to Fenerbahce or Galatasaray, one of the two.
Fana
Turkish.
what? They've not agreed yet on the salary. Salary is still the issue.
Uh,
Fenerbahce clearly cannot
mhm.
pay him that salary is on. He's not a 300,000 pounds player a week. He's not. Right? He should
They-
suck it
You're
up.
not like
And
for you to be paying for you to be
yeah,
earning 300K per week.
and you're
To
still
me,
young.
you are a superstar player. You're a top-notch player because you're not
Even
earning
do you
that
know
far
that?
from what Salah is earning, right?
Ye-
Like you should
yes.
be the kind of player that changes the game. So if you're not
Thank
changing
you.
the game, you're not doing any of that. It's almost like
What are you
why are
doing?
they paying you 300K per week? It makes no
Exactly.
sense. But it's
So
Manchester
another
United that caused all this inflation of player salaries because they're paying outrageous amount of money to their players. So
good. And you even talk about Saudi Arabia. I do Saudi Arabia, would they
Saudi,
pay Rashford 300,000?
nah.
They won't. I don't think so.
It's not a
Does
star
he
play.
want
The key, I think the key thing is on star player, top player.
even even Rashford, I say
Mhm.
Rashford, even Sancho, as Sancho is now,
Yeah.
Sancho will not even make it into this El Ali, or how do you pronounce their name?
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal. He's not
Mhm.
going to make. He can't make it into their team. He
No,
can't. He'll be
actually,
coming from the bench.
actually,
He won't.
actually,
Why?
he might not make it into that team. Actually,
He won't. Sancho won't make it into El Ali's team.
actually, those guys are
He
ballers.
can't.
They
Oh my
they
God!
play,
The guy on the left wing.
they
They have
play.
the guy on the right, Brazilian. I'm
I was
like,
even
oh
surprised
my
that
God.
Salim Al-Dasari didn't start the game, and they
He
still
was
won.
yes.
He was
They
on the
were
bench,
missing
I
two
think,
key
or he was yeah.
players.
Two
Two
yeah,
key
two key
players, right?
guys didn't even start the game.
We'll jump into it and
Yeah,
analyze
they
that
got
game. Like,
exposed. SSV they got exposed. Well, but we're coming to Club World Cup soon. Let's talk about Romero. Romero has the talks that Romero has an agreement with Atletico
to
Madrid,
leave.
so he might go
Oh,
to Atletico Madrid. Well, it might be good for him to go there. Barcelona asked Lionel Messi to speak with Franco Mastratono to try and
oh.
convince the Argentinian teenager to move to Barcelona, but his heart was set on Real Madrid. Barcelona will do everything but fix their financial situation. They'll do
Like I
they'll,
don't.
they'll squeeze and squeeze this whole Messi thing. In fact,
Oh my days.
I don't know,
Oh
man. So
my
you go to
days.
meet Messi and tell Messi, oh, go and speak to this Argentina guy so that he will come to our club. Come on. No
As
shame.
as as Messi is his father.
Mhm.
Messi is his father. That's why you should go and speak to him,
Oh, this might be
and he
exciting.
controls
This
him.
might be exciting for you to hear.
Well,
Experience is a priority for Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick says he might
mhm.
be interested in signing Thomas Partey.
That's it. That is the
Actually,
signing they should
Thomas
go for.
Thomas Partey at
Yes.
Barcelona
Yeah.
will be good. It will
That's
be
it.
good.
I'm surprised. That's
It
why
will be
I
good.
told. I say I'm surprised
Mhm.
no Premier League team is going for Thomas Partey because
And to be good for him to even go to La Liga because it will not be as intense. He might even be more fit. He might have more, more games that he plays and stuff. So it might be good for him.
good. That's a good signing. Ah,
The Barca fans don't like this, but
yes. They leak too
they
many
leak too
goals, and
many
Partey
goals. Yeah,
Partey would help them to fix it,
Partey would
especially with this.
definitely help. City need a Thomas Partey, in my opinion.
Thank you.
I still don't understand why Arsenal is letting Partey go. I don't get it because we remember that
No
game we
guard, and they
watched
bring
against
in no guard.
PSG. Everybody was
He
shouting,
was the
"Oh,
one shot. Yeah,
Because Partey is not around, that the
around. Yeah,
contention
yeah,
was
yeah,
they considered against PSG and stuff like that." But
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. Anyways,
You
Hendrick,
said that. Okay,
he
we'll
said,
talk
"What? No, no,
about. I'm going to talk about this comment.
SSB
Like
is
the,
leading us into that Club World Cup conversation a little bit.
yes,
Longer than
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Subimendi. Yeah, maybe longer than Subimendi will be good enough, but I just feel like having an experienced person like Thomas Partey
Subimendi is
and
just
also
coming to
the
the league.
versatility that Partey gives will be good. You
Yeah,
want to
it's
have
too
your
important.
experienced guy there, and then
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
bring in your new guy, and you slowly
yes.
win him into the team. But if you're just relying on anyway, Nogard is also an experienced guy that
You
can back
see,
up. But
Kingsley,
Nogard Partey, I would choose Partey.
Kingsley. If you ask me,
Mm-hmm.
the reason Arsenal has not won the title is
Right.
simply Arteta. You know why? I don't know if it's Arteta that makes these decisions on players. I don't know if he's the one.
Yeah.
So let me not blame him, but the person that makes those sole decision on like this party leaving
On
Arsenal
signings, yeah.
at this point in time is part of the reason why I feel like maybe for
But
the next
also,
two,
I
three
feel
years
like we don't have
they will
enough.
not win the.
We don't have enough
Do you-
information on the party deal to
Yes,
know
yes.
what
No, but
exactly it was that caused the
yeah.
disagreement, because they were in talks on them agreeing a deal, and all of a sudden it was like, no,
But
the deal is
if
off the table.
if the player is really important, you people would reach an agreement. You guys can meet halfway. There is no how you will not make it work for both sides. You guys will talk.
Do you think
Partey,
Partey wanted one
Partey
more
is from
minute?
Partey is from Cameroon. Is he Cameroon? Yeah.
No, Partey is from Ghana. What do you mean
It's from,
Cameroon?
sorry. Apologies, from Ghana. Right? I don't think he'll be. He's not somebody that will be. I don't know Partey,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't look like somebody that will say, oh no, you can't negotiate with him. Oh, I don't think he's someone that like that. Like
Yeah,
some of the interviews I've seen of Partey, it feels like someone that okay wants to hear your side. Okay,
yeah.
let's discuss.
Seems pretty calm, but you cannot
You
tell from
talk
that
about
side.
Kingsley. You talk about the time Xhaka left Arsenal.
Yeah,
I wondered why. I know he had some issues then the previous season of maybe did he fight with Arteta? We don't know.
yeah.
Was
I
that the
don't.
case?
Well, we don't know.
But it was settled and Xhaka was extremely good in
Yeah,
helping them chase. Remember, he helped them to in that title run.
yeah, yeah. It was
And
vital. That title run was just
so,
unfortunate, but it was
suddenly you
vital to
are
the
allowed
team.
Xhaka. Suddenly you are allowed Xhaka go,
Was it more
which
of
we told
allowing
them
Xhaka go, or Xhaka wanted to leave? Because I feel like
they wanted him out.
they
No,
wanted Xhaka out.
that's what I think.
I
That's
don't
what I
know. I
think.
think Xhaka
You
wanted
don't
to
think
leave.
so?
I felt like he already had an agreement with Bayern Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso already, like, there was already
His
some talks with
contract
him and
did.
Alonso, and he was just
Okay,
going to
if
leave.
you say, Cha,
That,
if you say,
that's what I suspect. But back to what you said, I think it would be good for Partey to go to a team like Barcelona if they are able to agree on something, because
yeah,
he's a free agent. It shouldn't cost anything but salary, right? They should be able to register Partey, or
sign-on bonus is there.
but the sign on should not be that
It's cheap. It
large
will not be expensive. Yeah, it will not
for
be
Barcelona
expensive.
to agree on a sign on
Yeah,
and salary.
yeah.
I think it will be good for them. Right now, the
And
only
you
thing
can
Barcelona
defer
can
the
afford is
sign-on.
free. The only thing Barcelona can afford is free transfer. I don't think they can really pay a transfer fee. Unless that transfer fee, they'll spread it across 10 years and pay it
10, I
instrumentally.
would, 10 or
So,
his mortgage, 15, 20 years.
because I don't know how they'll be able to
Mhm.
afford that. But anyways, Hendrik will seek, talks with the new coach of Real Madrid, obviously Xabi Alonso. Hendrik is going
He's
to have a
gone.
conversation with Xabi to discuss his
He's
future.
gone. He's gone. He's gone. See, Hendrik, there's no point having this sit down. We are,
And
we're not Real Madrid
okay,
fans.
wait.
People from the outside, Kingsley,
Guys
he's
in the
gone.
chat, you guys in the chat, do you think Hendrik was a flop at Real Madrid, or they simply did not give him enough time?
Hendrik is a baby.
Hendrik is 18 years old.
Yeah, he's a baby. He's a baby.
Mhm.
Now, I don't think I think the expectation they put on that boy's shoulder is too much. Anyways, we're talking of that. You are
What
talking
is
of
this
Yami
what
Yamal.
is this
Yeah, Yami
expectation?
Yamal. Yami Yamal is his age
To
and he's
put the
cooking.
ball at the back of the net, that type of
He's
expectation?
cooking. And another thing is that Hendrik is overweight. I think he's overweight, or is it just me that thinks that?
Yeah, after Gonzalo Garcia's goal today, people are calling him Raul Jr. Hendrik is going on loan, possibly down to academy. Yeah.
Yes, that's what
100%.
I'm saying.
That
And
even
what it
I'm
is,
even scared for Mbappe. I'm even scared for Mbappe because that Gonzalo Garcia, that
yeah.
guy is actually you know is actually a good fit for them in that striker
And you know,
position.
Master Antonio is still coming.
Yeah, but Masantono is a midfielder, right? Gonzalo Garcia,
Mm,
he has that striker cutthroatness. You know that
yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah.
get the ball at the back of the net
On
because
the net.
the goal he scored today. I know I'm talking a bit about Club World Cup, but the goal he scored today, it was just like you know, just
This ball
ruthlessly
must end
loading.
up. You
This
must
ball is
end up at
entering
the back
there,
of the net.
and you're not catching this ball. There's some.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
watching him this Club World Cup, and he's been really
It's
impressive.
been good. It's
Without
been good.
Mbappe, he's still doing very well. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Mbappe came on today, and when we will leave that for Club World Cup conversation, but let's proceed. So Hendrik is looking like Hendrik might either leave or be go on loan, but
He's
there are talks,
gone.
there are talks that Juventus is interested in him.
Hendrik.
Yeah, Juventus, they are interested in Hendrik.
Is it the Juventus team I saw today he wants to go to?
Which other
The one that
Juventus
played.
team?
Is it? I'm just asking. It's a rhetorical question. Is it the Juventus that just played Real Madrid?
Yes, which
That
other
boy,
Juventus?
he should go to a team where he can develop.
Like
Not
which
the one
team?
that.
Like where does Hendrik go to? You guys are saying send Hendrik on loan. But guys, where are you sending him on loan to?
Okay, what teams are we proposing to Hendrik? Right?
Where will you send him to get better? To me, I'm thinking of one team that you send him on loan to, and that's probably
Where?
Dortmund. Borussia
Dortmund
Dortmund.
is filled up. There's no space for that. They've already
Okay.
gotten Job,
You can't send him to
right?
Dortmund. Juve is going
Yes.
after
So
Jonathan David. David is
that's
better
what
than
I'm
him.
saying. Yeah, yeah.
So
So Now,
I
as
don't
he
know.
is now, what team? I think for him, you know what the problem now is? I can't even trust him in the Premier League.
Wait,
That's the
but
problem.
unless you bring him to like who came up? The Leeds come up. Leeds came up. Maybe you bring it like this. Who are you sending?
Sending message. What do you mean?
What do you
Oh
mean?
no, we're saying no. Kingsley is saying we're talking about Hendrick leaving Real Madrid on loan.
Mhm.
Okay, Juventus is interested, and I'm like, is it this Juventus that just did Real Madrid he wants to go to? I don't think
Mhm.
that's a good idea. So we're not saying okay, if he doesn't go to Juve, which other team
I
you
think I
can
know
even
a team. I think I know a team you can
which
send him
which
to.
which other team can Hendrick go to on loan?
Yeah, it's not better
Which
than
team are you
Kolo. Yeah,
sending him?
but okay. Let me just throw ideas out there. Let me throw ideas out there. You tell me whether it's good or
Yeah,
not. Inter Milan.
yeah. Oh gosh.
What?
You want to put him with dinosaurs. You want to
But
Kingsley,
Hendrik
seriously,
might get that
you,
opportunity he
you want to
needs.
put Bobby with
No, no,
anyways,
no. He
you know
might
funny
get that
thing.
opportunity he needs to grow and
Inter Milan
develop there.
Inter Milan might be good, Atlanta might be good. Atlanta might be a good team for him.
Atalanta,
Inter
right?
Milan might be a good team, yes,
Mm.
yeah.
It might be good for him, but I definitely agree that he just needs that
Needs
development. Yeah,
development, yeah.
he needs
Oh
a
yes, yes,
Giuseppe or
yes.
someone like that to coach
France,
him.
yes, France.
Oh, I see.
Because that's why I say Atlanta, right? Because I
I
know that
see.
the elderly
What do
man.
you think loan to PSG? Would that
No.
work?
There's no
Loan to
space
PSG,
for him.
you come off the bench. But
He
he's not
will
better than
learn, but
Due. He's not better than any of those guys. He doesn't even
he's
start.
going to learn. He's going to learn, but
Do you
there's
send
no
a lone player
opportunity
to
for
a
him to
club where
grow.
he can start? Because I feel like you send him to a club where he should start, not a club
You
where
will
he'll
send
just
him.
be on the bench.
Yes, it's two things. You have to send him to a club where he
He will
can
start.
learn
Yeah.
and he'll get game time, right?
So he has to
Like
be
Timmy,
maybe a
yeah,
championship team or a lower league team
championship.
or something.
If he, I don't know, like even if you talk about even them Crystal Palace or
So
even West Ham, he might not develop more
Hendrick is going to have a conversation with Xavi Alonso over his future. So there might be
mhm,
talks of him leaving. There might be talks of
on
him
loan.
staying. But it depends on how that conversation goes with Xavi Alonso. But based on what guys in chat are saying, he might leave. Or if he leaves, where does he go?
Yeah,
That's basically what
Chevy
we're
is
talking
saying
about.
why does he want to
Yeah,
leave Real Madrid?
that's what I
Because
was explaining to him. That's
he's
what I was
not
explaining to
playing.
him.
He's not playing, right?
Yeah.
So and
That's what I
with
was
the
saying to
guys
him. I
that are
don't know.
balling now in
The guys
yeah,
that they have
so
now, Gonzalo Garcia, Mbappe. I don't know if Madrid
it's
want
not
to sign.
starting.
I know there was talks of Alonso wanted to sign.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alonso is not playing. There was talks of
yeah.
Alonso wanted to sign. Exactly, they should compete. But
He's better that this guy
Gonzalo
Gazolo is
Garcia will
better
start
than
over
him.
him. In fact,
Is better
I even
than
feel
him.
like Gonzalo Garcia will be
Yeah.
competing with Mbappe at this
Mbappe.
point. Yeah, for
But
minutes.
Mbappe is a king.
Unless Mbappe will be competing with Vini for minutes, because in this Alonso team, who
Mm.
is his starter? Who is his first 11? Who are the people that are going to start? Right?
In fact, he was never going to start. That let's hammer that.
He was never going to start.
The person that even needs to leave immediately is Rodrigo. Same
Same
Hendrick we
injury we
watched
watched
last
last season. Yeah. He was
is the
never going
same
to
one.
start. So Rodrigo leaves. Who fills in that spot? Unless that spot gets filled up by maybe Valverde in that right wing, or Madrid go sign an actual right winger, or they move either of Mbappe and Vini to that right wing. So it depends on how Alonso wants to set up. Yeah, they do need squad depth, but
No, he needs to develop. I don't feel he's
uh,
developing properly.
I don't know.
That Brazil even left. He left it too early.
You think, but everybody's. What if Vini gets injured? Well, if Vini gets injured,
I'm not convinced
I don't
either.
know.
SSB, I'm not convinced. The same thing with me. I'm not
I know
convinced.
Real Madrid beat Juve today, but I'm still not convinced. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should jump into Club World Cup.
Okay, let's jump into Club World Cup. Let's start from let's start from the offsets.
You want
Yesterday
to
was
start
a
from that,
day of offsets.
Kingsley?
No, we have to start from that and get to Real Madrid.
Okay, we'll start from that.
Yesterday was a day of offsets. First off, Luminezi
And you know, you said
and
this
then
thing.
Al Hilal.
You said you said you said we have to have it. We have to talk Pep. You said this thing yesterday. You said if Man City drags it into extra time,
They will
it
not.
becomes shaky.
They will not.
It
I
becomes
told you,
shaky.
it becomes
It becomes
shaky.
shaky.
Yeah, I was even like, if they get to penalty, they will not. They might not win because it might be up in the air. I told you, if they cannot finish it in 120, I
Mm.
don't know.
You know the question I have for Guardiola,
Mm-hmm.
with all the players you have, like seriously, with all the pull up
I
the
saw.
people with
I
wait,
saw.
pull up
I
the people.
saw. Before I put on the people, I saw the camera pan to Haaland and Reinders on the bench
They were
when they
just
scored.
shaking their
When
heads.
they scored that fourth goal,
They were
they were
just
just
like, why
like.
did you take me off? Why
They
did
were
you
just
take
like.
me off? Yes. I was just like, he was shaking his head like, why did you take me off?
I don't understand how City could not beat Al Hilal. Like Al
Rodri,
Hilal,
is Rodri match fit? That's the question I have to ask.
maybe they rushed his ACL a little too much. Maybe they rushed his
Okay.
recovery a little too much.
There's a guy they brought in before Rodri
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
replace Rodri. He's
Mm-hmm.
not length, clearly. The guy they
Yeah.
brought in to replace Rodri.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he pull up the starting lineup? I don't want to be
Okay.
missing my word, right?
Okay.
There's
Mm-hmm.
a guy they brought in to replace Rodri. Not replace, but in place of Rodri in January,
Yeah.
right? I think
Yeah.
that guy was on the bench.
I don't know. I don't even know who signs players for Pep, because it's like you might sign players for him, but he will still choose who he wants to start and who he doesn't
So
want to
that's
start.
another thing. That's where
Yeah.
I'm going to SSB. That's
So
where I'm
Pep,
going to
so
you.
Pep starting lineup for the game. He had
Yes,
Mateus Nunes on right back, Ruben
yeah,
Diaz, Guardiola,
yeah,
Ryan Aituri,
yeah.
Gundogan,
Well,
Reinders,
listen. Call that defense again. Call the defense again. Let me hear that defense.
Aituri, Guardiola,
Good.
Ruben Diaz, Nunes,
Mm,
Mateus
Nunes.
Nunes.
Okay.
And then in the
Okay.
midfield, you have Bernardo Silva,
Mhm.
Reinders, Gundogan. And then you have
Okay.
Savio and
Who
Doku.
was useless to me.
And
Doku.
Doku, and then you have
Mhm.
Haaland. So
Good.
he removed Haaland, he removed
Mm,
Reinders, he removed
mm.
Guardiola, and he removed Mateus
Renders
Nunes.
was in that midfield.
Reinders was in that midfield, yes.
So Renders was the one playing that
Mhm.
Rodri role.
Yes, pretty much. Reinders was playing that Rodri role, yeah.
You see, Guardiola sometimes he baffles me the way he thinks. We know he's the. I don't know if it's the new coaches that came in to help him,
Mm,
but I don't still get why. First of all, I feel like he
mhm.
disrespected Al Hilal.
But with that lineup, with the starting lineup he had,
Yes, it's a disrespect to them.
but Al Hilal were
Big
playing
dis.
5-5-4-1.
Obvious, they were playing 3-5-2. That's what they played.
In
They played
possession.
3-5-2. 3-5-2. That's the what
Mm,
is like if they have the boys 3-5-2,
yeah.
and those two are hanging at the side, this side and this side. They're not through the middle. Now,
Mhm.
if one is in the middle, the other one is waiting at the far end for that ball.
Those
He's
are the
nodding it back.
questions.
Yes,
Why
he's
is
nodding it back. He's nodding it back to the winger, and they're
Mhm.
switching the play to the other side. That's what they did for the first two goals. It was so obvious. But apart from that, why is
Mhm.
Gundogan still in Manchester City? I don't get
I
it.
feel like
I don't get it.
Pep has trust issues when it comes to his
Oh my
players.
God.
Pep
And
has
you know the
trust
funny thing,
issues,
why is Savinho starting?
and he's
Why not Foden?
overthinking. I think
Why not Foden?
Pep is overthinking. He has trust
Do
issues
you,
and he's
do you
overthinking
know that
everything.
if Foden was in this game,
Hmm.
Foden, let me just say, if I don't know who he will replace, right? But
So,
I'm just thinking if Foden was in this game, or
mhm.
even if what's his name? What's the other striker's name?
Mamouche.
Marmoush and Haaland play together.
Hmm.
So it's all Foden
Hmm.
started, or Marmoush started with Haaland.
Foden starts in place of who? Of Savio?
Of Savinho today
Savinho.
was just, he was useless to me yesterday.
Uh,
Like people might say he's dressed. He was just moving the ball, move. Like
mhm.
Doku was the only one doing the job that they brought him on to do. He was destroying them on the wings. But Savinho, I was not
Man.
really impressed with Savinho.
But City played though. Like they are like 70% possession, 50 any expected because obviously they're a possession team.
Okay, I'll ask you.
15
I'll
shots,
ask you.
15 shots
I'll
on
ask.
target.
I will ask. Their
Don't
keeper
forget
was
that Al
Beno.
Hilal,
Beno,
Al Hilal
Beno
cleared,
was good.
they cleared a ball off the line.
I
Did
saw
you
that
see
one
that?
too.
Did you
I
see?
saw it. I saw it. I saw it. Now
Oh my days.
that's why I said
Mm-hmm.
instead of Savinho, why
Mm-hmm.
didn't you use maybe Bernardo Silva there?
Mm.
Then
But
maybe
he but
Foden
he
or
played
Mamouche.
Bernardo Silva.
No, what I'm saying in place of Savinho, rather than use Savinho wide, you
Mm-hmm.
can use Bernardo Silva wide. He gives you
Then
a
who
better
stayed back?
option.
Rodri?
So you can have Reinders,
Mm-hmm.
and Rodri, or you
Mm-hmm.
can have Reinders and the other new boy you just signed, the one that came in January. Reinders and that new boy.
Which new boy is that?
Forgotten it. You can check his name. You probably be on. His name is gone. G starts from G, but you can use Reinders and that guy together in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you have Haaland or Mamouche or
Mm-hmm.
Foden at the back of Haaland, Doku and Bernardo Silva.
Uh,
That's a better starting lineup, but I don't see the reason. Kingsley,
I think
Foden,
this game.
no. Foden came on at extra time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the formation too was. Yes, he said you
Yeah,
need to start.
you're right.
You need to
If
find a way to start Foden shaking. That's
Mahmoud
what I'm
Haaland.
saying.
But the problem is
Just
this. The
drop
problem
him.
is this. Wait. The problem is this. You remember, let's not forget that Cherky is a luxury player. Remember, SSB, you've mentioned this a lot. Cherky is not somebody
But
that Pep will want to start.
If you
You
see
want to
what
bring
Shaky
him
was
in.
doing,
Yeah, Cherky is good.
yes.
You will not want to start him. You want to bring him in, you know. But I definitely agree. Like maybe you should have started Foden, Mahmoud Haaland.
Do you know that even from
But
that list,
you also
you can
can't
even
blame him. You can't blame him for starting Savinho. Savinho was unreal that last game, though. That last game, Savinho scored a banger. You remember? You don't forget the last game that City played. So it's like it's expected that they want to start. They want to start Savinho again. The game
and
was
keep
asking for
Foden
a
on the
check-in, though.
bench.
It was.
Yes,
It was.
like it's when Shaky came in, I felt like, oh,
Mm.
Al Ali or whatever their name, they became vulnerable
Yeah.
because it felt like Shaky he can make a pass from any sort of range and he's going to
Yeah.
get to you,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like he should have used maybe four. I don't know if he played a 4-3. It feels like he played a 4-3-3. I'm not sure,
Mhm.
but maybe that's what he did. I'm not sure, but maybe
Mhm.
a 4-2-3-1. You can even
Mhm.
use Bernardo Silva
Mhm.
and then Reinders
Yeah.
to sit, right?
So in a
You
four two
can
three
use
one, okay.
Yes, you can use Bernardo Silva and Reinders to sit
Mhm.
if you're having trust issues, because Bernardo Silva he will keep the ball for you. He will protect that ball.
He played a
Do you
4
get
3 a 4-3-2-1. That was the formation that Pep played. A
4-3?
4-3-2-1. The three in the midfield, Reinders, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. The two, Savinho,
Was it really
Doku.
4-2-3-1? I don't think so.
4-3-2-1. But I mean,
So
that's
it's
the formation on
4-3-3.
paper.
It's 4
But
3.
yeah,
It's four
but
three three.
in possession to change, I
Yeah.
guess. Also,
Yes,
Man City defense
with the
has more
old guys.
organization. Pep builds the team around Rodri, then Rodri gets injured and backbone collapses. City had no athleticism with the old guys.
Do you know something? Is when Rodri came in,
Mm-hmm.
right? They had a bit of stability when Rodri came in. It felt like they
Yeah.
had a bit of stability. But
Mm-hmm.
Inzaghi, right, already had a plan in the dressing room. He changed the way they
Mm-hmm.
were playing. They were taking, like they started the passes they were taking was like maybe one
Mm-hmm.
touch. They had a clear plan. The ball goes from the defender, Koulibaly. You protect that ball. Don't just boot it out. It goes straight
Mm-hmm.
to the guy out wide. Or it goes straight to the striker. Once that
Mm-hmm.
guy gets the ball, you don't do anything. Just nod it down to somebody around you. Nod it down. Once that ball gets to you, then you switch it to the other side. Or you use the person that is wide. That's what they kept on doing. And you know the problem I have is
Mm-hmm.
once I think like one City cannot contain like
Mm.
quick transitions. What's
Yeah,
this
that's how
guy's name in
you can't
defense?
contain
The guy,
quick
the guy,
transition.
the guy in defense. What's the guy that played beside them? That young boy. You
That
just
played beside
mentioned his
who?
name.
That played
The
beside
name,
who?
the guy that's always making mistake. That was making mistake last season. Guardiola.
Is it Guardiola?
Guardiola.
Are you talking about Guardiola?
Guardiola. Yes, Guardiola. Once City start to make once
Everybody
City,
was complaining that Guardiola, you're playing him out of position. They played him as a centre back.
yeah. So that's what I'm coming to now. Once City plays a team that
Mhm.
like it feels like the team cannot handle quick transitions.
Yeah.
Guardiola should not even be in the defense. If he's in left back defense, just take him out. He's going to
Mhm.
he's of no use to you anymore. Take him out. Rightfully so, he took him out and brought him Ake
If
and
I if I'm
the
being
other
if I'm
guys,
being honest with this game,
right?
I completely agree with you when you say they kind of underestimated
He
Al
said
Hilal a little bit,
three players were playing
and two inverting with a
calm.
strike. Yeah, and two
Yeah.
inverting with a striker in Haaland, all the same area, no width.
No, but to be fair, Doku and Savinho were trying to give them width.
No, but honestly, Doku tried in that game.
He
Kept
tried.
on he kept
He
on getting corners. He kept on getting corners. He kept on getting corners. He had a lot of corners in the
And
game.
we should talk
He
about
had a
two
lot
key
of
people.
corners in the game.
Kingsley, we should talk about two key people in their defense. Do you know those two people?
Do you know how many corners City had in that game?
Koulibaly. We need to talk about Koulibaly and Bono.
Koulibaly scored.
Kingsley,
He scored.
I was surprised at the way Koulibaly was defending. This was the guy we saw in Napoli.
So that's what
And
I'm
was
telling
the
you. Like,
best
like
defender in Serie A.
yes, like
Yeah.
Al Hilal,
They,
Al Hilal,
they underestimated
guys.
them.
That's the
They
thing.
under
Al
yes,
Hilal.
he was playing like a young and he was not afraid. He was not afraid at all. You know what
He
Koulibaly
has played in the Prem before. Those guys, you think they will intimidate him? Who would they intimidate? The Ruben Neves, Koulibaly. Those guys are not intimidated by those players.
Koulibaly played today, saying that this he was sweating. The guy was Uncle
It's,
Koulibaly was sweating.
is there a game
This
he
guy
plays? Is there a game he plays? He doesn't sweat.
he doesn't sweat. This one was extra sweat. Kingsley.
He sweat every game.
You knew
But
he worked hard. He worked
I
hard.
just I just feel like
No, they didn't know.
this
And
game,
you know, yeah,
there were a bunch of things that went wrong in this game. We can talk
yeah.
about Pep's formation all we want. This same formation and these same players, if you are playing it against a different team, Pep will most likely have won. You cannot deny how unreal. You cannot deny Salah ended Koulibaly. Alan revived him from the graveyard.
Oh my god. Yes. I was
You cannot
surprised when
deny.
I
You
saw.
cannot deny how unreal Bono was. Right, their keeper was
Oh,
unreal. He was good.
good.
The saves, and also them too. They had a lot of fight in that game. At Hilal, they were fighting for their lives. These
Yes.
guys had 19 corners against them.
Ah,
19 corners. Do you know how many?
and
Do you know how many corners Al Hilal had? Four
three,
corners.
4.
Four.
Yeah. And they scored from one of them.
They scored for one of them. City had
Mm,
19 corners. So it was just Al Hilal just knew what they were up
But
against,
yeah,
and
but City
they
did
played
not
with their
change.
best.
They didn't change anything, right?
They didn't tweak things early on. They kept on feeling
Yeah.
like they had time. They kept on feeling like they had
Yeah.
time. I think
Ah,
the offset
yes.
started when City went a goal down, a goal behind. When it became 2-1, it
Yeah.
almost felt like, oh, an offset is happening. Haaland makes it 2-2. It's
Two
almost like
two.
at that point, City
You
are
felt
not,
like
yeah, it's still quite tight. They're still like, what's going on?
at
What's
that
going on?
point, Guardiola was trying to make changes,
Mm.
but he was delaying it. He was trying to make it those changes, but before he made that change, Koulibaly added 3-2. Do you get? So that changes the
And
plan
then they
again.
made it 3-3. And then unfortunately 4-3. So it's just City, they did their, honestly speaking, they did
No,
what they were supposed to
that
do. But the problem is, and it goes back to what SSB is saying on the stream, is they just feel like they have a hole that they've not been able
in the
to
middle.
plug.
Yes.
once they can prevent themselves from conceding in the way they concede, maybe things will be better.
Quick transitions, quick
That quick
trans.
transition,
Any team,
they don't have answers for it.
any team that doesn't, you are doing those transition and you're not trying to take too many touches. 1-2 touch, you are in City's half. They can't deal with that.
That's what they
They
don't
can't.
want.
They
Ball
can't.
over the
Yes,
top and all that.
yes. They
They like
don't.
to
They don't
press
plan
you
for.
back. They like to press you back and play a
Yes.
high line
Make
and
you
possess.
yes. So the moment you make them uncomfortable, it's the
Mhm.
same thing. Poch played with Guardiola 2 years ago when they played
Mm.
4-4. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. I
Score you,
remember.
score me,
Score me back,
score you.
score
Quick
you, score me.
transition.
That's the problem with
They
City.
don't.
You can do those score me, score you, all those type of thing. But City will want to outscore you or they want to possess you and press you down. But if you keep
Good.
scoring them,
Yes.
they want to score you back and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the game was quite unfortunate. But I said it. Al Hilal will be a huge test for City. I said it on this live. You guys heard it. I said Al Hilal will be a
So the
huge test for Real Madrid.
Real
It's the
Madrid.
same thing. Real Madrid did not beat Al Hilal. City did not see that.
No.
Hey, Madrid did not beat Al Hilal. Would it be easy for me to enter?
They should have used their strongest squad. Gundogan should not be starting.
Gundogan should not have started.
Gundogan should not.
I don't even know why Gundogan is
Seriously.
still at City. I think he should leave.
I
I
don't
think
know.
this summer
Yeah.
this should be the end. Club World Cup, he should just end of Club World Cup, he should just leave.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Do you
Mhm.
think City has any excuse for not winning yesterday? If you went to penalties, Kingsley, if you went to penalties, I can excuse them and say penalty. But in regulation, in 120 minutes regulation time, Al Hilal removed you. That's even worse. That's worse.
And that fourth goal too.
That's worse.
The goal they scored.
It just feels that I don't know if their defenders they don't teach them anyways, they teach them
I
defending.
think City
This
guys are.
guy,
I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like when I look at Pep and the players he's signing,
Mm.
I don't know. The players are good. They are good. To be honest, but it's just like I don't know. Something is just off. It just feels like
So
that City that we used to see and the way they used to
it's
click
it's, it's
is
no
just
more.
not there anymore. It's
Yeah.
almost like teams
Yeah.
have figured him out, and it's just been so hard for Pep to like get in. It's not like there are games where Pep will not beat these teams. Like City are still there. They're still a very good team. They're still unreal. I mean, when they played
Right.
Juventus, you saw them
Yeah.
cook. So it's just
Yeah.
like
No,
you just
and
I just feel like what's missing. I don't get what's missing.
another theory I have on this City game is
Mm,
if you respect City but you don't fear them and play,
mm-hmm,
the City will not get any results.
mm-hmm,
Most Robinson is a liability. I saw this
mm-hmm.
guy, a ball that Bono would have even just dive. It's just like it's go.
I think he might be leaving, right? He might be leaving this summer.
The attitude is not just good.
Man.
The attitude and goalkeeping. If you switch and brought Bono to City,
Mm,
maybe they couldn't. They might not have lost
yeah.
because you saw the
Because
saves Bono was making.
is that those
You saw the
saves?
saves.
It's those
Yes,
saves that keep you in the game. Chelsea can beat Al Hilal, Salzburg game. I don't know if Chelsea can beat Al Hilal, bro.
we can, Kingsley. We can.
I don't think you guys can.
We can, Kingsley. If we are going to meet Al Hilal in the semi-finals,
Okay, so now can we say that Chelsea have no excuse to get to the final?
stop that. We need to beat
What
Palmeiras.
do you mean
Palme-
stop that?
Palme-
Al Hilal
we've discussed.
Al Hilal is playing
We've
Fluminense.
discussed.
After
We've discussed this
Fluminense,
before.
whoever between Al Hilal and Fluminense, you guys can
We struggle with Brazilian teams. We saw Flamengo.
Now
We saw
you're back with another excuse. You're back
do
with
you get
another
what I'm saying?
excuse. Yeah, I think so too. I agree. Like they need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be. I would not say. I say they are creative in terms of attack. They try to
Kingsley,
create, but I
Kingsley.
think the problem is
I
they
feel,
concede. They just
you know why I
concede a
say
lot.
Chelsea can beat Al Hilal.
Why?
The reason I say that is that if Al Hilal plays us, they will not be as defensive as they were with City. They
I don't-
won't.
Let me tell you something, Andy. Genuinely do not think Chelsea can beat Al Hilal. I
I
genuinely
think
don't
we
think
can.
so.
I
I don't
think
think
we
you guys
can.
can.
I think we can.
Do you know the team
I
that's getting
think
to the
we
final?
can.
You guys, I think Al Hilal is going to get to that final.
Nah, I don't think so.
I
No.
think Al Hilal beats Fluminense.
Nah.
Al
Nah.
Hilal beats Chelsea,
I
between
beat
Chelsea and
Chelsea.
Palmeiras, and either of you, they beat either of you, and they will get
Nah,
to
I
that
don't think
final.
so.
These guys are on another level. I'm telling you, they are not just you watch the game against Real Madrid.
Yes,
Watch
but
them in the group stage.
if you look at it,
The way they play on a different level of
if
mentality. Like
Real Madrid could have won them because
could
they had a
have
penalty which
they could
didn't
have.
convert, right?
It's all part of it. Their
Bono,
keeper is good.
Bono saved it. Yeah, their keeper is good. I think the thing is what is actually helping Al Hilal is this Bono. Somebody needs to buy him from Saudi. He's too good for that team.
You think it's just? I don't
Bono,
think it's just Bono. I don't think it's
Bono
just
is
Bono.
good. It's
Their
extremely
players,
good.
the other players too are really good. They have good players in
And
Al Hilal.
the way Inzaghi is getting them to play, right?
They
There's
click. They're a
dynamism,
team.
running. It just feels like that
The,
Inter
the,
Milan he was in. They were
the,
just
the difference between the two teams is
yeah,
Al Hilal are actually a team. They actually play together. They actually function. City are a
as
bunch of
units
superstars together
that
that have
in
not
the
yet clicked as a
clicked
team. These whole new
proper.
guys that they've brought in and
Yeah.
everything. I don't think so. City
Yes,
should have
that's what
had
I'm
2
saying.
goals
Yeah,
in the
that's what
first half
I'm
against Al
saying.
Hilal.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. They should have had like 2 or 3 goals.
It's all part of it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's all football, bro. Football, if you cannot finish your chances, then you lost. When you have a chance, take your chance, score. If my keeper is preventing you from scoring, then my team is good too. My keeper is good.
Your team is
You want
good.
to
Yes.
compare Al Hilal that has Bono against a Chelsea that has Robert Sanchez? You guys are a basket.
Sanchez is a good
A good-
shot stopper.
That's the
He's
excuse.
a good
That's the same excuse you've
no
had all season. Sanchez is a good
no
shot stopper. Sanchez is a good.
no
But
he's
you guys
me. You're
considered three
talking
against Flamengo. Why didn't he stop the
no
shot? Why
what
did he
no
stop
no
the
no
goal
no
from
no
Flamengo?
no 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 no
They
no.
scored him the
See,
same place 3 different times.
he's a short Sanchez is a good
Don't
shot
bring up
stopper.
Sanchez when it comes to
He's a
keepers,
good
bro.
shot stopper and he makes saves.
He's a good shot
Yes,
stopper, but
yeah,
he cannot stop tappings. He cannot
no,
stop
but those
easy
tappings,
goals.
he was not there. He was not on the side. He's a goalkeeper. Have you seen how big the post is?
Yeah, it's fine.
I've
Sanchez is a
seen
good shot stopper.
I
I
yeah
personally
Kingsley, the
feel that
post
you guys cannot remove Al Hilal.
this post that we're talking about is 21 feet.
I know the post is
It's a
big.
big
I know the
it's
post
a
is
big
big.
post. So if a player knocks the ball from one side and your keeper is on that side, the keeper can't catch it. They're not Superman. Bono
Thank you
considered
very much. Bono is a great goalkeeper.
He's
You
a
can't be
great
coming up talking
goalkeeper.
about
Okay,
Sanchez
listen.
and Bono, bro.
He's a no. He's a great goalkeeper, but he considered 3 goals. Why didn't he save the 3 goals?
If it was Sanchez, it would have been worse. Are you telling me if you are lucky that Al Hilal removed City? If City had played Chelsea, you guys will not win, and you know it's true.
I know.
Deny.
Kingsley, I know.
You guys will lose.
Okay,
What?
let me make it clear on this. Let me make it clear on this live.
Still lose.
Let me make it clear on this live.
Yeah.
Al Hilal has done us a favor.
By
I know
removing City.
Chelsea cannot beat City. You know why? You see, anybody that, especially the students of Pep, when they go and meet Pep, they hardly beat him.
Mm-hmm.
So
he
I
knows
know
what
that
to expect.
yes, he knows your tactic. He knows how to. He doesn't take you serious. Do you get what I'm saying? If Chelsea met City, Chelsea would not win.
Mm-hmm.
Except if we get to penalties and something miraculous happens. But you see this Al Hilal that's still there.
Mm-hmm.
You stand a better chance against Al Hilal.
You should be praying that you beat Palmeiras. Don't even think too far. You should be
Palmeiras is the problem I have.
You might
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, and I know. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you.
Your coach is not on the same level as Inzaghi. I'm just telling you. You know that.
Okay, we'll see. But what I'm saying is,
your coach could barely beat Felipe Luis. Your coach could barely beat
Luis.
Felipe Luis from Flamengo's coach.
Did he not struggle with Benfica? You don't go far. He struggled with Benfica. Don't go.
You guys struggled with Benfica.
We struggled with Benfica. Do you get?
You cannot beat Al Hilal. You cannot.
I'm sorry to say that.
Chelsea is a good team. See, Man City tried, but Al Hilal, Inzaghi mastered the art of defense. Exactly. These guys are unreal.
Yeah, they're good. They are good. It's like a rock.
I'm telling you, like
Koulibaly, I forgot the other
Even
guy.
Real Madrid struggled to score against Al Hilal. If not because of that penalty that they tried that penalty to score, but still nothing. Like, I don't
Mm,
see Chelsea beating Al Hilal. Maybe Fluminense
mm.
might have some answers because Fluminense too, they'll be quite defensive.
Fluminense can beat Al Hilal.
I actually feel like my theory for Fluminense Al Hilal, if Al Hilal don't score early on and put that,
Fluminense would win.
put that to bed, and this thing goes to penalties, it's anyone's game between Fluminense
Game.
and Al
True.
Hilal. But
And
to be honest
yeah,
with you, Chelsea Al Hilal, bruh, no chance,
hard.
man. No
Hard.
chance. It will be very, very difficult for you guys to beat them. Very difficult. How badly do you rate Onana on a scale of 0 to 2? 0 to
Bro,
2.
you already said it already.
already
You see
said
the
it.
scale. The scale is
Scale
even
is
high. It's
0
not
to
going.
2.
It's meant to be 0 to 10, but you've capped it at 2. I rate Onana as a 1.
Say, King, say, why did Bono play against
Yes. If he
Bono
was that good, that's a valid question. That's a valid
SSB,
question.
wait. SSB, I feel like you're giving Andy excuses. You're giving him so much
It's a valid
excuses.
question.
My
question.
comparison. I never said that Bono is the best keeper in the world, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's like Martinez, Emi Martinez.
Yes, he's a good. We all agree one thing. Bono
Yeah.
is Morocco's keeper. We all agree one thing. Bono is a good penalty keeper.
And he
stops
helps
penalties.
them.
Yes,
Yes, he
in
stops
the World Cup,
penalties.
he was
Yes.
good in the World Cup. It was unreal.
Yeah, and he helped.
Bono-
He's one that helped Morocco go that far.
Go that
Also.
far. Yeah, we cannot
Yeah.
deny that. Even just as
Yeah.
Emi Martinez also was very vital in Argentina's World Cup, whatever. He helped Argentina go far. He even won
Yeah.
the Golden Glove or whatever he won in the World Cup. All I'm saying is, if you compare Bono and Robert Sanchez, absolutely not. Absolutely
Brother,
not.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I'm just saying, the Al
Kingsley,
Hilal I saw, and I've been seeing this competition,
the Al Hilal we
Chelsea-
saw. Kingsley, the Al Hilal we saw. Do you know when I was watching that game? Do you know what I was saying?
What?
Chelsea should just go and buy Bono and let's be done.
I don't know about Bono being your keeper in the league and how you function in the Premier League. I don't know. But what I know is he's better than your current keeper.
Yeah, so that's what I'm telling. Are you telling me that if we get Bono now, is it not an upgrade?
That's what I'm saying. SSB, like, yeah, Bono is Jose said Bono is better. Bono is better to me than Robert Sanchez. But if you compare tournament football, league football, consistency is important.
Different.
That's why I said I don't know how he will do in the league.
He does in the league.
In the league, but he's over 37 years.
37,
bro.
Oh no, we don't need Bono actually.
You can't sign Bono, bro. Like,
no.
But to be honest, that experience
he did well. He did well yesterday.
He did well. He played really well.
If it was any other keeper, Al Hilal is out of this tournament.
City would have won.
Good.
But City tried 19 corners.
Kingsley, you know why? Another reason why I said Chelsea, if we go past Palmeiras and Al Hilal goes through, another reason why I said we can beat Al Hilal. Do you know why?
Why?
In the middle we have a rock too. Caicedo.
Let me not forget something. Don't forget something. Salim Al-Dassari did not play.
He'll be back. I know.
Al-Dassari will be back. That's one of their best players.
Who is it? He's going against Rhys James. We'll be fine. If he's going against Rhys James, we'll be fine.
What?
We'll be fine. Yes. Yes,
so?
We'll be fine. Yes, we'll be fine. He's not getting past Rhys James. We'll be fine. If Rhys James is fit.
This just makes me remember how you were talking when it came to Flamengo. And how you were hyping
this is different. No.
Flamengo ended up beating you guys.
As I am now. No. My coach was mad on that day. We all agree. He was mad on that day. But one thing I would say is that Chelsea's biggest test in this competition is Palmeiras. Palmeiras. They have to get through Palmeiras first. If they get through Palmeiras, there's an 80% chance they would get to the final.
No,
Palmeiras.
I don't think 80%. I don't think that's 80%.
Palmeiras are a very good side.
What I'm telling you is your team should hope. I don't know if AB is still on this live, but AB, you guys, Chelsea fans in the chat, your team should hope that you can
Yeah.
get past Palmeiras, because I actually
I think
think
it will be
that
difficult. I
it
think
might
it
be
will be
difficult for
difficult.
you to beat Palmeiras.
Yeah.
But let's
You
say
know why
you
I say
guys
it to be
do
you
get
know why
past
I say it to
Palmeiras.
be difficult. You know why I say it to be difficult? Casado is not around.
Okay, how many goals have
Okay.
Chelsea conceded so far? Let me see. Let me see if I can check that. How many goals you guys have?
Chelsea, we
Chelsea, what
considered
group were you, how many goals have you guys
three.
considered?
We considered the four that Flamingo scored us. That 4-5
No.
with one from Benfica. That's six.
Oh, you
Five,
considered six, five.
six, five, five, five. I think.
You have
What was
like
it? We
goals against, right? In the group stage,
It's
you had
five.
what you
Should
had
be five
considered three.
in the group. Okay, three. Was it three?
Was
The
three?
Flamingo
Yeah.
game. What did they end in?
Flamengo
Three.
was
Was it?
3-1.
So it's three goals we've considered in the group stage
Yeah, you guys
because
considered three
LAFC did
goals.
not score us. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys considered three goals.
So it's four goals with four goals. Okay, compare Palmeiras. Okay, that's a
You
good
guys,
comparison.
yeah,
Check
you
how
guys
many
beat
goals Palmeiras has considered. We've considered four goals in total.
Palmeiras 2. When they played, when they
So
know in the group stage, they considered 2 goals. But
yeah,
yeah, two. So just two. But
in,
Botafogo did not score against them
in the second round,
in the round of 16. Botafogo didn't score against
okay,
them.
Chelsea has considered four.
Chelsea has considered 4.
Yeah,
Including the goal that Benfica scored. Right.
yes, four.
You think Palmeiras will be out? Is Jackson back for Palmeiras? I think Jackson will be back for Palmeiras.
You
But
say Palmeiras was losing to Inter Miami, who isn't a top 10 MLS team.
MLS team.
Wow, that's true. That's a strong. Yeah.
Where you guys remove Palmeiras?
No, I'm even
Where
scared for Palmeiras because Caicedo is not there. That's the problem I'm thinking about now. I've told you this thing on the live? Chelsea now is Caicedo. If that boy is not
your
there,
midfield, yeah.
yes. How do they cope? Like all the goals we scored Benfica, it was
So
from Caicedo.
Lavia comes in.
Lavia
Lavia,
cannot play more than 60 minutes or 70 minutes.
you guys went to sign a liability. Lavia cannot play more than 60
No,
minutes.
no, because
Injuries.
of the injuries. Yeah, we're scared. The coach doesn't use him more than 70. I don't know why.
I'm happy we didn't even sign Lavia. Yeah, you guys deal with that. I'm happy we didn't sign Lavia. You did deal with all that. 50 million just for you to play only like 60, 70 minutes? Nah, that's crazy business.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways,
But we see.
let's see if you guys get past Palmeiras. Maybe Palmeiras is using two
Oh
of their
yes,
guys as
Palmeiras missed
well.
two of their guys as well. Okay,
Okay.
let's see.
Fair. That game is pretty even. Is anyone's game.
It'll
I
be
think
tough.
I think Chelsea are more favored to win, to be honest.
I
You guys are
don't
more
know,
favored to
anybody's
win.
favor. It depends on who plays. You said Esugo is there.
AB
Does
now
you-
is saying Esugo is
does
there.
your
So,
coach use Esugo? He doesn't use him. He has trust issues like Pep. So
this Pep and his minions. I don't know.
yeah.
Anyways, we're still waiting for Dortmund and Monterrey to play. But let's talk about Real Madrid Juventus. What are your thoughts on that game? Real Madrid Juventus. Real Madrid, they played
Ye-
well. Trent had an assist, so pretty
I know
good.
it's because of Trent. You
Of
see the
course,
play
my
well.
boy Trent.
Your
You
boy.
know,
That's
Liverpool.
the
Oh,
person.
where's the man?
That's the person. That's the
Liverpool
person.
boy. For
I know
life.
that's the person. That's the person you
Scouser,
just
for
watch.
life.
You sat down and you were just
Bro,
watching
I
Trent.
just want because he's elite, bro. Elite
Trent,
passing.
I
Did
was
you see
happy
that
with his
cross?
performance.
Nah,
I saw it.
Trent, he was getting cooked.
I
Nah.
saw
No, I'm
it.
not gonna lie. He was getting cooked. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but
My
going
boy,
forward,
was getting cooked.
no,
But
normally
normally you don't expect much from Trent defensively, but attack wise,
attacking
that
it
boy is
was good.
unreal.
It was
That
good.
pass, the way he gave that
Was
pass, I'm
good.
like, wow, that pass was really good. That was cool. Lavia, Enzo, is that Drewsbury Hall, KDM or
Yeah,
KDH? Drewsbury Hall,
yeah.
Etugo, we are covered. Hey, AB, if you
Oh.
say so, if you say you guys are covered, we see what
We
happens
are
in
not
Palmeiras game.
covered.
Why you say you're not covered?
Caicedo is like three people. He's like three people.
Juve number 10
Just
Betty.
just for Rema.
Nah, you guys should leave Trent, man. You guys should leave Trent. So Real Madrid are still looking for an identity, though they won, but still not clicking. Yeah, you 100%.
Clicking. Yes.
SSB mentioned this in the beginning when we started this live, and it was like he's still not convinced. Like even though
He
Madrid
just said
won,
it now.
he's still
Yeah.
not convinced. So I absolutely agree. we can see where Xabi Alonso is taking this Madrid team to.
Yes,
I
yeah.
don't
They
think
are
they are
still
there
learning.
yet. I don't think they
No,
are
they are
there
still
yet.
learning. They are still
I
learning
still feel
actually.
like some signings will still need to come in, or some people will still need to go. He still needs to figure out who is his first team and how does he want to play.
But
But
you
there's
think
some,
they still need to sign?
I don't know if they need to sign, but I think he still needs to figure out who is going to start. I think he's still using this as figuring out, do I need this player? Do I want this player to start and all that? I don't know how he will look in the league when they actually enter the actual league, how Real Madrid will look like. But in this competition so far, they are finding a way.
Yeah.
They are finding a way. They are moving. So they most
So
likely will play
after
against Dortmund in the next
they
round.
play the winners between
Dortmund,
with Dortmund and
Monterrey.
Monterrey, right?
Yeah.
And after that, who did they meet? They meet PSG or Bayern.
Ah,
They are out.
it's
They are out.
done. It's done.
They are out. That's
It's
where their
done.
competition ends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just giving them quarterfinals. Get to
Mm.
semi. From semi,
They are done.
you're not going anywhere. But
Anyway,
this is the thing. If they meet Bayern, they have a chance. If they meet
why?
PSG, they
You think
don't
they have a
have a
chance
chance.
against Bayern?
I think they might have a chance against Bayern. I think so.
Say with Real Madrid, if you don't deliver in 10 games, you are out. Someone needs to
Someone needs
yes,
to let
that's
Alonso realize that. Yeah.
pressure,
Yeah,
pressure,
there's a lot of
pressure,
pressure. There's a
pressure.
lot of pressure that comes with that job. Yeah, Jury had their chance. Yeah, SSB saying he wasn't sold with that. Absolutely, Alonso is a possession-based coach and he's trying to sort out players. Yeah, I think the same thing too. Like he's trying to figure out his guys.
Yes,
He's trying to
yeah, yeah.
figure out his guys, but they're looking good in those quick transitions. I have to say that though. When Madrid moved the ball, like a
Quick,
counter-attack
quick,
situation, they
quick,
move the
quick,
ball
quick.
quick.
It's fast.
They
It's
move the ball
fast.
quick. They're starting
Yeah,
to. A few games I've watched them move the ball around, pass. I'm really liking some key guys I'm seeing.
yeah,
Garcia, he's looking pretty solid to me. That Frank
yeah.
Garcia guy. I'm liking Dean Ferguson. He's looking pretty good.
It's good. It's
Trent
good.
Trent needs time to work on that
Exactly.
defensively, to work on himself defensively. But Trent is always unreal when he goes attack wise. Mbappe
Yeah.
and Gonzalo Garcia, who will start, I don't know. That's still tricky because Gonzalo Garcia is putting the ball at the back of the net. But like SSB is saying, this might just be tournament football. In the league, maybe it might be different.
It might not be
But
consistent.
yeah, we might not be consistent. But Goulier, we have to shout out Goulier. Goulier too is crazy. Goulier is actually good. Bellingham is
But
Bellingham.
SSB said he goes against
He goes against big teams.
against big teams.
Well,
But which
every
big team have they
I
played?
don't. Anyways, I'm not watching a lot of Goulier, but Goulier has been okay in this
Yeah,
competition so far, though.
Goulier. He's been good. He's been good. He's been
Yeah,
decent. He's been
exactly.
decent. Goulier has been
I
decent.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Actually, the game overall wasn't a good watch, to be honest. Like the game was it was a little bit boring. It was
Yeah.
a little bit boring. It was like 1-0,
Just
and Mbappe came on. Mbappe barely did anything. It was
he
just
did
like,
his
yeah,
best. He just
he did
coming
his
back
best.
from
Yeah,
illness.
yeah. No, I'm just saying, when you
Yeah.
see Mbappe coming on, you're kind of like he's coming to do
Yeah,
something.
scared.
But yeah, he
Yeah,
barely
but
he barely did anything, but it was okay. That's how they've been playing under Ancelotti transition. But let's see. Okay, guys, what do we really expect to see from this Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid? Let's be honest. What do we expect
I
to see?
think the expectation. I'm not a Real Madrid fan,
Because
but the expectation from Real Madrid fans are like they
yeah,
want attacking football, right?
but
Yes, as Modric's
yeah,
successor. We'll
I
see.
think Goulier will be used because
Yeah,
there were reports that came out that Goulier and Alonso have been talking a lot, and he says that
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
manager
yeah,
has been
yeah,
talking to
yeah.
him a lot. He's been giving him minutes in this Club World Cup, so I
Which
feel
is
like
good,
he might have
right?
him in his plans moving forward. When Franco Massatuono comes, I don't know
Yeah,
how he plans to play Massatuono because it's
we'll
like
see. We'll see.
it's a bit confusing. Like
Masantono will play on the right wing. That's where he's going to play,
on the
or
right
a
wing.
10, or a 10. Which other position are you using him in?
He said Real Madrid
Or as a
expectations
10?
is La Liga, so them winning La Liga, right?
Yes, yes, you have to. That would be hard. With hard. Hansi Flick trying to sign Nico Williams. That would be hard, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, a Madrid fan in this chat. Hey, I wish you the best going into next season because Barcelona, right?
He's going to be hard.
They are a tough side. That Lamine Yamal boy, I don't know what's going to happen going into next season, but it's not going
It's
to be
going to
easy
be
for
hard.
them. That Madrid
Yeah.
midfield looks flat, no
It looks flat.
creativity, no superstar.
Yeah.
Something
Looks
needs to
faster
change. Madrid should have signed that weight.
with.
Hey, guess where Wits is
Yeah.
coming? Guess where Wits is coming? Liverpool. Liverpool. Bro,
We'll see.
Wits.
I'm going to watch,
Man.
but anyways, I watch Liverpool's games because of you. But
Liverpool. Hey,
I will watch.
Liverpool fans, you
I
never
will
walk
watch more of
alone.
your games. Yeah.
Liverpool fans, you will never walk alone. You will never walk alone. You will never walk alone. Hey,
Joe Sports is saying that Real Madrid will struggle
Madrid
next
again.
season.
Bro, I'm feeling the same way, bro. Like I'm feeling the exact same way. Like, cause I don't know this whole
Yeah.
competition, this tournament football. I
Yeah.
mean, game out, they seem to be scrapping wins and finding a way
Yeah.
forward. But
You
in
saw.
the actual league, I don't know.
Yeah. You
I
saw
don't know
the
how they
miss
look
by
like.
Kolo Muani, right?
I saw the miss. You're lucky that you guys
That
didn't
one.
get that boy. I don't know.
We escaped a bullet, right?
I think
That's
you guys.
like Jackson again.
I think you guys
Jackson
dodged.
2.0. Oh my
You
God.
guys dodged the
Jackson
bullet.
2.0.
That guy, Colomani.
What
Every time I watch him, he misses. What
was
a
was
big miss.
was
This time
was
around,
was
big miss. I don't get. He was trying to chip the
I
keeper,
don't
but I don't
I
get.
don't think Joao Pedro misses one-on-ones. He
No.
doesn't.
Joao
He
Pedro,
doesn't.
but Joao Pedro gives me an Isak type of thing, bro.
Yeah, so
It gives me an Isak type of Colo miss 1-on-1. If that goes in the game, yeah, the game would have changed. What position
that was
United finished last
different.
season? United, like Manchester United, were you not like 15th? Bro, they were like 15th last
Jingle,
season, right?
yeah.
They were like 15 last season. That was a miss now. That was a half. No,
That
AB.
was a miss.
AB,
That was
come
a miss.
on.
As a
Come
striker,
on. He said that was
as
a
a
half
striker.
chance. You were one
So
on one with
the question I asked you, if Haaland had that ball, would it be at the back of the net?
it would be at the back of the net. It would be
Thank
at
you.
the back of the net.
Or Mbappe. Yeah.
He said, I know.
He just wants us to say it.
He doesn't want me to say it on the live.
Oh my gosh.
Man, you guys are truly big shout out to you guys, man. You guys, I appreciate you guys for always joining the live. As we're going to wrap up with our final thoughts. Let's give our final thoughts and then hope of the live. But let me hear what you think the predictions would be like for Dortmund Monterrey before we give final thoughts. What do you think?
I
Dortmund to
think
win?
we're done with offsets. We had to
No
already.
more offsets. You don't see any offsets.
Fluminense, and we're done. We don't need any more. We don't.
Imagine
Dortmund,
we get an offset.
please, Dortmund, just do your job, win and move on.
They should
We don't need any other upset. It should be a straightforward win, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting. But football is two thumbs up.
But what are your final thoughts then?
Final thoughts from Club World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens with Dortmund. I'm expecting Dortmund to win.
Mm-hmm.
For the next round, we don't know what will happen. It depends on who turns up, who shows up, right, for the quarterfinals. But that's a different story.
Yeah,
Dortmund should win basically. Then for transfers, I hope Arsenal signs a striker.
They will sign Sesko.
They will sign Sesko.
They seem to be advanced talks with Sesko, so maybe.
And advance with this, advance with that. They should sign players. Let's be done. Right, so that's
there's no excuse for Arteta going into next season. Sign the guys
so now.
Hide. Everybody has been saying Arsenal need a striker. Sign the striker now and move on. Yeah. Anyways, big shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys for joining the stream. SSB, Jose Sports, Closer to 21, and all you guys, AB, all you guys in the chat. So I appreciate you guys. Remember, we go live every day, 6 p.m. CST. So you guys don't forget, join our live 6 p.m. CST. We're trying to get to 3K subscribers. Please, if you don't also subscribe, let's get to 3K together, you guys. Well, I appreciate you. Enjoy the Club World Cup, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, okay?
Yeah,
big shout out, guys.